Hello. Hello, everybody. Oh my gosh. Perfect timing, Noel. Perfect timing. Oh, I'm a little off camera. Noel, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome on in, everybody. We just started. Welcome on in. There we go. A little bit better. Maybe. Noel Nocturnal Raid. Welcome on in. Thank you so much. How you doing? How you doing, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Evening. Daniel, how you doing? Brendan, how you doing? Oh, that's awesome, Noel. Art streams, very good. I need to follow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Welcome, everybody. Did you have a good stream? Was it productive? Did we get some stuff done? I hope so. I hope so. How's everyone been? How's the week been? How's life been? Greetings from Ireland. Hello. Hello, Ireland. One day, I would love to go to Ireland. Very much so. 10 hours. Wow, mammoth. I can't sit for longer than 3 hours. I can't do it. My old man bones can't deal with sitting for too long. The tail end of a big painting. Fantastic. Get in that flow state, I suppose. That probably helps a lot. Love to go to Ireland too. Me, yeah. Those green rolling hills. I feel like it calls to me. They call to me. You have to remind yourself to take hourly stretch breaks. That's very good. That's very responsible of you. Well done. You must teach that sort of skill. Yes. I mean, everyone should learn how to take breaks. That's definitely a skill that has to be learnt, though. It doesn't come naturally, you know. So how's everyone been? How's the week been? Is it Mr. Scott or just Scott? It's actually Dr. Scott, Brendan. But we won't get too in the weeds with that. You know what I mean? Pretty busy. Or a cat series. You're working hard, Brendan. Working on that series. That's great. Not good at remembering. Yeah. Well, it's finally holiday. So where are you, Alpa? Alperti. I don't know how to... Where's holidays? Is this like Northern Hemisphere stuff, right? Because I guess it's a little bit of like that sort of season here. It's like, because I live in Australia. So in Australia, it's all topsy-turvy down here. It's winter time. And it's mid-year as opposed to like... Well, there's mid-year with you guys as well. But like the whole like school and university sort of stuff, like your mid-year break is the big break, right? Like ours is like the end of the year. So it's really hard to like pass how you guys deal with that. Although I did used to live in Sweden, so that did do that as well. Yeah. Summer and 6 p.m. Nice. And hours of daylight to go, I imagine. Must be nice. Get dosed. Oh no, Peter. That's a probably good idea. I imagine after having a few cocktails, I would be... As soon as I got home, I would just be straight in bed. I can't stay awake. A bit of alcohol in me, I'm a sleepy man. I'm very sleepy. Love you too, Pina. Sleep well. Hopefully I can catch you at another time. I need to organize these another stream later in the week at a more appropriate time for, you know, the other side of the planet. This is your what? No, this is your winter. This is your winter time. 93 degrees. That's a bit stupid, really. I thought Brisbane was... Oh, that's your summertime. My God. Oh, my brains, man. Oh, my God. I know this. It's fine. Okay, well, that makes sense. That makes total sense. I can't think with my shoes on. I gotta take my shoes off. Gets to 40. I don't know what that is in normal. 40 degrees. Gotta click the thing. 40 degrees Fahrenheit in Celsius. 4 degrees. Okay. That's reasonable. I suppose. Normal, yeah. Normalized to Celsius. You Fahrenheit. You people with Fahrenheit. Yeah, it's close to 4. Close to 0, absolutely. Yeah, I can't deal with anything that's not in Celsius, not in metric. I can't convert. I can't remember any facts about imperial measurements at all. Nothing stays. I don't know how long I don't know how long an inch is. I don't know. Don't know. No idea. Just can't. Just check your credit card. It turns out 8 cocktails. Wow, Pina. Wow, that's very impressive. Nice work. A lot of work, Brendan. A lot of law writing. Yeah, imagine. Yeah, coffee. Coffee's important. This is the second coffee of the day, but doesn't really... I don't know. Only helps incrementally, I think. We're still part of the Empire? Yes, absolutely. Yep. Lord Britannia. Long live the king. That's what we say here every day in the morning when we wake up. Long live the king. 2.5 centimeters cactus. Oh, okay. It's not that big, is it? It's pretty small. Have I been? I've been alright. I had my back problems I was telling you about last stream. That's mostly resolved now. The physio did a pretty good job at working out the kinks in my back, and now my back is fine. So I can go and lift things at the gym with no issues anymore. Do I love winter? Do I like winter? I love winter. Love winter. I lived for 5 years in Sweden, in northern Sweden, where it gets very cold in the wintertime. I loved it. I sorely miss it. When it gets a little bit cooler here is like, you know, like mid-teens, 15 degrees. I don't know what that is in weird Fahrenheit, but that's what it is. It's not very cold. It got down to below 10 degrees last week, but it's not really that cold. You could still brave outside with a pair of shorts if you really wanted to be honest. So I miss the cold. I miss the cold. I miss the snow too. Really do. But, you know, can't have it all, I suppose. 19, okay. 19 Fahrenheit. What time is it there now? It is 20 past 9 in the morning. Bright and early. Oh, sorry, Pina, I missed it. Went straight over my head. Oh, you mean it's to the exponent. That's an E is the exponent thing. Yeah, okay, I get it now. Lol, 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 lol. You don't like having your homeostasis been disrupted? I mean, I love getting rugged up. Like, I love the layers. I love being outside when it's cold and that feeling of being protected. I love it. So it's a great feeling. And that feeling of, like, finding safe haven. Like, we used to love going to downtown Umeå, which is the city we lived in, walking down in the wintertime. So it would take, like, 50 minutes walk from where we were living. And then find a coffee shop and just hang out for a few hours, read books and drink coffee all day. And that feeling of like getting out of the cold into like a warm, cozy environment. Oh, nothing better. And there's a bar, like finding a cozy like pub, have a couple of pints in the corner, watch the snowfall. Ain't that bad. Ain't that bad a life, to be honest. Trying to think of what else is good to add to your series, but a lot already written. Going to bring it to Brady? One of your helpers, nice. It's coming to a head, Brendan. That's cool. Very cool. Yeah, Loom. Loom is here. Loom is on the other side of this wall right here. She bought another one. She bought it's kind of the same kind of loom. Very big, standing floor loom. Very sort of the Swedish style. But it's all Australian made. It's like a locally made loom with Australian timber. Very pretty. Needs a bit of a clean though, but yes. Yeah, and she's getting into it. I feel like she's a bit of a master these days. She knows more than anyone at the guild. She has like this weaving guild that she goes to. I think no one matches her, which is pretty cool. She's pretty smart. My wife is pretty smart. That's about the right time you started your stream 10 hours ago. Oh my gosh. Maybe I can go 10 hours. No, I can't do it. I literally cannot. I would turn into a zombie. Oops. Bless you, Bernia. Gotta keep the demons inside. How you doing, by the way? You like the cold Big Red? Yes. Someone else who agrees with me. Yeah. I don't know if it's because I grew up in, like, I'm back in where, like the city I grew up in, Brisbane. And it's the winter time is actually really good. It's like perfect. It essentially is Swedish summer. It's that sort of, doesn't get too cool in the evenings and doesn't get too hot during the day, like in mid-20s Celsius. And it's really lovely. It's lovely weather. It's the rest of the year that I kind of hate. Like the rest of, I guess spring and autumn can be okay. But the summertime, I just really hate it. It's so humid here. Particularly the last couple of years, just been just crazy. I hate it. So maybe I need to buy a Swedish summer house and just commute there for the summer. Live in the deep cold. You're good, Bernie? That's good. That's good that you're good. Your winters are negative 25 Celsius in bad years, but are normally peak at negative 5 or 10. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I reckon if winters that stay around that negative 5 to 10 is perfect, right? Because it's cold enough for snow, not cold enough to remelt the snow into ice. Because I hate that. That's not great. And I've definitely hurt myself a few times. It's not as bad as you think, Enderblade. As long as you've got you're not spending, too much time outside when it's negative 25 though. Come on. But I managed to it happened a few times when I was in Umeå, and I managed to be able to walk to work and back in a few days in a row, no problems at all. As long as you're rugged up, it's good. Enjoy dinner, Noel. Thank you so much for the raid, bringing your friends in. And I'm so glad that the music's inspiring the art. I'll have to check out your stream. Thanks, guys. Hang out. We're actually going to write some music today. We will get there. We will get there, folks. Just happen, got to finish my coffee first, I reckon. Evan, how you doing? Cooking and live? Yes. Try every Monday to try and do something a bit live. I used to do streaming all the time on Twitch, back in a few years ago. Now it's been a while, but I took a bit of a hiatus when I moved back to Australia, and I've been trying to get back into it because it's fun. It's fun streaming live, doing some music live, hanging out with y'all. Oh, you like the Tron Legacy Inspire one? Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, I do actually do quite a lot of that stuff, but not for my channel. Like I do a lot of arranging work for a company called Silver Screen. And so I do a lot of like covers for them actually. Funnily enough, they don't end up landing on my channel, but I should do more because I love it. I love doing that stuff. I love rearranging themes. It's a lot less work than trying to come up with your own, to be honest. It's good. Although at the moment I'm working on an Elder Scrolls album for them. So, and I did do a Morrowind theme last week. So, I'll probably do it on the stream occasionally because they don't mind me doing them live. So, it's good. I'm currently doing a Morrowind ambient track. What's it called? Silt Sunrise. Working on that. It's making me realize that it's kind of like, it's a little bit, I was telling my wife yesterday, because I love the music that Jeremy Soule wrote for the Elder Scrolls series, particularly Morrowind. Morrowind is one of my favorite games of all time, and the music for that is just so embedded in my head. But the process of like making cover and rearranging a work for these sort of album projects that I do for Silver Screen, it's kind of like you really do have to analyze a little bit what's going on in the track so you can, sort of re-render it faithfully or in a way that, you're capturing the most important parts of it. And I'm realizing, particularly for these ambient tracks, at least for Morrowind, it'll be interesting what it's going to be like for Oblivion and Skyrim. But the ambient tracks, exploration tracks, are they're very freewheeling. Like, I see a lot of similarities in the way he probably writes to me, where like he's using a click track, at least for this first one that I've been doing, but it's very freely played. Like nothing is lining up it's very loose, very, very loose. and it's very, very improvised. And it's interesting. He used to use that breath controller stuff. So I think that's a lot to do with things feeling like they're not falling very like falling together, but it's very, I don't know, when you're not listening to it critically, the music is amazing. Like you float along, everything's kind of doing its thing, and you're playing the game at the same time, so it's not like you're really paying attention to it. But when you pull it apart, when you're trying to listen to it really critically, oh, okay, you see a lot of weird, you hear a lot of weird stuff going on. And I have to make a lot of decisions about, well, what's he trying to do here? Is he, like, what's the actual chord? I mean, obviously the track does what it's supposed to do. But me trying to recreate it, it's very hard to do. It's very challenging. So I'm not trying to like capture it exactly. I'm kind of reinterpreting it in my way, with a more how I would probably approach the same theme. So it's not exactly capturing it, but yeah, but so loose. The rubato can be so loose at some points, like so much so that it feels like he's just playing random scales at some points, which he probably is. Who knows, man? Yeah, quantizing would absolutely destroy the vibe of those tracks. So I get it. I'll get it. Hey Bill, how you going? Quick question, have you played Undertale Delta? No, I haven't. There's a new one coming at it, is that right? Something new in the series? No, I haven't played them. But apparently they're beloved. So maybe I should check them out. I thought about doing Star Wars inspired track. Yeah. It's one of those things where I'm again, it's like one of those things where I'm so infatuated with the music that John Williams has done, and it's really hard to I find it really hard to pull off his style of music. And I would want to do it in his style because that's what, to me, Star Wars music is. It's John Williams. Even though I think, like, I haven't watched it, by the way. I haven't watched season 2 of Andor, so don't spoil me on it. Even though I think the music for Andor is amazing. Like, that's Star Wars music as well as like, I guess, the Mandalorian stuff that Ludwig did and all that jazz. But, you know, I would want to do it in that sort of John Williams style. It's really hard to do. It takes a lot of time for me to do it anyway. So, but I should give it a go. I agree, Evan. I love Star Wars. Star Wars themes are, you know, obviously some of the best in show. Haven't listened to my music, Brent, but I haven't listened to much of my music, but you're good at what you do with Alan stuff. Thank you. When you make music for Alan's animations, say, oh, Scott is cooking. Nice. Starting a new project with him this week. Be fun times. You pay attention to the music in the games you play, you end up listening to game tracks half of your life, even when they're playing. I mean, I listen to Morrowind, you know, on its own a hell of a lot. But it's like, but for some reason, I've just never really noticed things before. It has this sort of, you come into it with this sort of gloss of like belief that this music is really good because you grew up with it, being such a critical part of, you know, or at least for me, for my teenage years, playing Morrowind. So I don't know. It's like killing, as I said to my wife, it's killing your darlings. It's like it's sort of. It's like killing the things that you realized or you thought were on high, but actually, you know, they're just normal. It's just he was trying to write music, you know, that filled a role, and he did it, and that's what I would do. And it's like, okay, he's just like me. The short string writing, yeah. I mean, a big part of all these scores as well, which is also very hard to mimic, is the kinds of patches he was using, particularly for the ambient tracks. So much so that I don't think I'm trying at all to try and get that sort of same feeling. It's like the feeling of older string samples and brass samples played through the most soupiest of reverbs. You know, like, it's really interesting. It also almost feels like all of the short stuff, all the strings also have delays on them. I don't know if it's just because it's layered certain lines, but it actually has a delay kind of feeling to it, which is a really weird thing. I don't know if it's just because the reverb's interacting in a certain way, and I don't know. It's interesting. Delta Speed 4, oh, okay. Their peak. That's good, Bill. Very, very good. How do you think about the names of my pieces? Do you try to reflect on something? I do. It is really hard sometimes because I don't know all the words. So I find it really hard to come up with them sometimes. But it usually is like a feeling behind the track that I'm trying to capture in the title as best as I can. So that's generally how I approach them. My wife is really good, actually. She's named her fair share of tracks in the library. She has a much better vocabulary than I do, and better ways to research good titles. But yeah, I definitely want I don't want it to be just generic library titles. Like, that can be, like, you can just use a random name generator if that's the way. But I want it to have some sort of meaning, you know, to reflect what the track is to me. Introduced to Botanica recently. Have the urge to add influences from a track. Botanica. What's Botanica? Is that the game? Botanica? Botanica. You don't mean Botanicula? It's a music genre. What? Botanica, also known as petalcore, is a relatively new music genre that blends nostalgic acoustic sounds with spectral processing and glitch elements. It's characterized by its ambient-like flow, often incorporating elements of nature, Foley sounds, and found sounds. Oh, I love this. I think some of my tracks kind of edge towards this, to be honest. Pedalcore. Genre draws inspiration from artists like Porter Robinson and their album Nurture. And it's known for its use of granular synthesis, spectral processing, and modular synthesis. Alright. Botanica. Thank you. I have to go listen to this stuff. Enderblade, thank you so much. Could be a fix for having only a few round robins to work with? Possibly, Yannick. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Big Red, thank you. That's awesome, Big Red. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you. You didn't have to do that. I have a wife, yes. Yeah, it is fun, Evan. Sometimes it's hard to understand my life being the way it is. It's very weird sometimes. It's been a weird journey to get here. Definitely not a straight line, but it happens. It works. I'm very, very lucky. I'm a lucky dude. Alright. So today, we're going to work on, we're going to play around with some libraries that I downloaded. Most notably, and Yannick might be knowing which library I'm going to play with today. But I subscribed to the new complete bundle from Native Instruments. And there's so many things in there. There's so many things in there that I can't download because I don't have enough space on my hard drive. But one that I'm going to try today is Ashlight, which is a kind of like a collection of really cool, dark, synthy sounds. Yes, you guessed it, Ash. Guessed it, Janik. Yeah, it's like kind of, I don't know. I've been using Straylight, which is another similar, like I guess in the same series of synths. I'm gonna give Ashlight a go, which is supposed to be more darker tones, I think. But we'll give it a go, see what it feels like. I think I got, I haven't played with it yet, but I'm really hoping that it will become a very regular part of my my music making, because I've been eyeing it for years. Finally getting around to playing with it. So let's see how it goes. Billy, you want to ask a question? Do you record my instrument live and then edit it, or do you use an application? Well, I'll show you. I'll show you. So I've got this program here, and this is all samples. So these are actually all fake instruments, and I kind of perform them. So I do kind of record them. I do have this keyboard right here that I'm able to play sounds into, like play the sounds. Do I have sound, by the way? Yep. I'll turn this off. So I do end up like playing it in. So I do sort of record, but I'm recording essentially signals to these sample libraries to play the music for me. So it's kind of a bit of a mix of real recording and fake instruments. It's pretty much. This will be a cool session. I don't know. It could just be just sitting here playing around with sounds for 3 hours. Weird sounds. But you know, you never know what will come. I'm going to try and like write something eventually today. I want to start a new library track. Because, you know, you got to get on that grind, get something new going for the library. But that's okay. So there's a couple actually. This is another one as well, Arcus. I don't know what the hell it is, but I downloaded it just to give it a whirl. So we'll see what it's like. Do we have Ashlight in here? Don't have. Well, oh, I actually didn't check. Let's see if it was in here. Maybe I need to. Do you have to use the new version of Contact? Do you? Oh dear, I didn't even check this before I loaded it up. You find it to be Q starter? That's good. Why don't I have it? Maybe I can find it. This is a good start. I downloaded it. And it definitely, like in NI, let's have a look. I'll go to native access. We'll go back to this screen so you don't see the how the sausages are made. Library. What have we got? Ashlight. Installed. So why wouldn't it be in here? Do I have to somehow manage libraries? I wonder why it's not working. Rite of Passage, you like that one? Yeah. Absolutely, Enderblade. Absolutely. Samos, thank you. That's awesome. I'm glad you found it useful. Good Arsenal. Yeah, quite a lot of junk. A lot of library music. Oh, and this stuff, yeah. Well, this is just one part of it. So it's like if you get complete, so native instruments have this thing called complete, which is like a very large collection of sounds, and it's huge. Like it is literally, you know, just a smorgasbord of different styles and genres and instruments. It's huge. It's really huge. So it's like, it's fun. It's fun to have. It's a really big toolkit of stuff. At the moment, I don't know why Ashlight would not be working. Is there a way to, like, I don't know what to do. Maybe we have to skip the Ashlight idea and just try something else. Hey, Manny! Where did I install it? Forget. Probably on this final library. Native instruments. Ashlight. It's too old. Okay. That'll explain it then. It's too old. I haven't installed the new version of Contact, so I guess it's time to do that. Yeah. Unless there's an update to Contact 6 that I haven't got yet. But I don't think it does. It could be 7. I would imagine it'd be 7, but I might as well just get 8, I suppose. Oh man. Contact. Oh, but it's going to take a while. Okay, we might have to skip the Ashlight idea today, I think. That's a bummer. can only get the player. I suppose the player would work, hey? Let's do that.
Do you need coffee? But you're clearly fine.
I'm good, thank you. I just don't want to have to download the entire thing today. Good times. Hey, you wearing my jumper?
Oh, you don't fit it anymore.
No, I don't. But whilst that's working, oh, what am I doing? I don't need to do that. I'm going to try this one. This is Arcus. It's an orchestral tools library. Didn't know that. Immediately, very nice. Use it a lot too for a cue starter. Cool. All right, well, we can play around with this for a little bit. This is neat. Oh, wow. I got to start using this controller because I just keep on ignoring it. I don't have to reach over all the way down to the end of the keyboard just to use a mod wheel. So I love that. That's like that sort of guitar swarm kind of vibes. World of Woodwinds. That's pretty fun. These are all very good. It's fun to go Honda Hood with that one as well. Use your own blends. Okay. Yeah. Very interesting. Has voices too? I imagine it would. Vox. I'm sure there's stuff in there. I'm just going to play with these patches. I love a good default patch though. Very neat. Brassy insects. Celestial message. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. Cody, how you doing? How does it go? Oh, this sort of stuff is. CC2. Interesting. Can't sleep, you listen to music, hope it helps. Well, today we're kind of doing some rando exploration today. Absolutely, Yannick. There's a lot of this stuff where I'm thinking of those flourishes of, particularly the Bleeding Fingers nature documentaries, the scores that they do. Very colourful. So many. Are these tempo locked? No. Cool. All this movement stuff is amazing. Napo, how you doing? There's your vocals. It's an instant atmosphere, you know? Very polyphonic. moody. Very good. Hey Saul, how you doing? Yeah, exactly, Underblade. Right in my wheelhouse of that sort of bittersweet kind of feeling. It's like intimate immensity. There's that feeling of like feeling very enveloped by the universe, one amongst many. Very nice. They're very, very characterful. I like it. I think this is kind of like some analog warmth, like some sort of distortion. The global effects chain. Something to do with that. I have to explore that a bit more, I think. That's very sweet. I like that one. Starter Fox, how you doing? Hello. Dr. Scott, actually. Kind of like that. Ooh, I like this too. Alto's Odyssey? No, I haven't played that one. familiar though. Alto's Odyssey. Yeah, okay. No, I definitely haven't played it, but it looks fun. The art style's great. I love it. Like freedom, yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah, they're definitely interpretive. That's my music is very when I'm composing, it's very improvisational. I'm sort of making things up, responding to my own things. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people are like that, but I'm definitely noticing that's definitely the way I write. That's neat. It's very sweet. I like that one. For those of you who don't know, Starter Fox is the fellow who's making Falling Frontier. So the game I'm working on at the moment he's the guy, Todd, who's making it. He's working on it. I've outed you. But that's one of the reasons why we catch up for beer. It's definitely for work. Definitely for work. Yeah, absolutely. Tax deduction. Yep. Some of these patches you wouldn't even need any other instrument to write a whole cue. It's just all there. It's such good patches. It's amazing, considering I didn't even know what this was before I even downloaded it. Very happy. Movie, thank you so much for the resub. 44 months. Oh my gosh. How you doing? Very nice. Enjoy a shower and be like, yeah, I'll probably be here. Hey, Proxent. Also, thank you for the resub. How you doing? 57 months. Yow. Wow. A long time. G'day Julius, how you going? How are you? It's good to see you too, Proxen. How you been? Very nice and quiet one. Wobbly strings, kind of cool. I got the so this is still the old Contact version, Contact 6, I think. But I did upgrade to complete, so I'm trying out some new things. So I wanted to try Ashlight today, which is one of the sort of libraries I've been eyeing for maybe even like a couple of years now, I'd say. But it turns out that it doesn't load in Contact 6, so I'm currently downloading. I think it's probably downloaded now. Downloading the latest, or a version of Contact that will play it. But at this point, I'm probably like, I think I might just stick with Arcus for today. Ashlight might be next stream. But this is Arcus is proving to be quite a well of fun sounds too, so. So Arcus is a one for the ultimate one. Okay, I didn't know. I just buy the thing. It was on stupid special, so I thought I might as well get the full one. Probably. I haven't downloaded it, I don't think. Sequus. I don't know how you say it. Inspiring instrument that unites organic samples with intuitive sequencing to make playground acoustic patterns. That sounds pretty good. I like the artwork too. It's right in my wheelhouse. I'd have that on my wall. Okay, thank you. I'll go down. I don't know what, like, I have to really go and look through what I bought. There's so many things in there. So much stuff. Interesting. Same with more rhythmical patterns. Oh, that's great. I do need more of that sort of stuff too. That's really cool. This would be one of those great patches that would layer underneath strings. It'd be perfect. Absolutely perfect. Very nice. That's really beautiful. Yeah, secret sauce. I found your secret sauce. Oh no. Gonna use it everywhere now, Yannick. Mirrors. Mirrors. Is that a native instrument one or is it different? Mirrors. Mirrors Edge, no. Mirrors VST. United. I've never heard of them. Imagine a plugin that sees the future. Reverses your audio, applies effects, and plays back before the event begins. This plugin automatically creates much like reverse, reverb, and snare effects in seconds, allowing you to focus on sound, not the process. Interesting. Oh, it's a different one. Okay. But that sounds like a cool plugin too, to be honest. That sounds pretty cool. Mirrors. Orchestral tools. I think I've seen it advertised actually on Instagram. Instagram's got my number at the moment. Yeah. Harmonious marriage and analog synthesis and acoustic orchestral performance. Yeah. Very cool. Aleatoric orchestral sounds, you can blend them with analog sounds they made. That's interesting. Slate and Ash is a rabbit hole? Really? I don't think I've ever... Slate and Ash. Slate and Ash. Let's see. Let's see how far the rabbit hole goes. Well, they got instruments, bundles. Let's just get a whole bundle. Okay. I love their interfaces. Look at that. Makes me look like, think like I'm playing an Atari or something. It's very cool. You know what, Auras is amazing. A lot of this stuff is top tier but really expensive. Okay. Okay, thank you for letting me know about these guys. I don't think I've ever... I mean, I've seen them advertised, but it's like I get a lot of advertising on Instagram and I go, it's probably dodge. I feel like I have seen them though. I should check them out. These are great patches, man. So we're still on... Oh, we're on pads now. Okay. I guess it must be new, Maple? I didn't even know what it was. Apparently it's part of the Complete Ultimate. I just downloaded it because the artwork kind of looked cool. So I figured it might be in my wheelhouse, and it is actually. It's really good. So it's definitely all acoustic sounds. There's no sort of weird, like, you know, there's no additional like electronic stuff. It's all acoustic sounds, but it's more manipulated and layered. It's very cool. It's very organic. Feels really lovely. We just went through the movement patches in there, the motions. Sorry, there's some amazing stuff in there. Like you could write a whole cue based on one of those patches, you know. big bending synth from the Oppenheimer score is from Slate and Ash auras. Really. Here's me thinking they go and like craft these, sounds from scratch in these scores, but no, apparently not. Ludwig, what are you doing? So lovely. Very nice. Very nice. So nice. amazing. Like really, really going to be so useful, I think. A couple of years old now, okay. Yeah, I never heard of it either. Orchestral tools as well. The best kept secret. Exactly, Napa. Yeah, it's just really beautiful patches. Sometimes I am, Yannick. I'm sort of rolling between the layers a little bit. The first layer is always very quiet, I find. I guess it's trying to mimic a full dynamic range with these three patches, and it works really well, I think. I love them because there's so much movement to them still. Like they're still doing things. It's not just a static, washed out pad. So good. Screwed that up. Michael, how you doing? How you doing? Maybe we should try some, like, these are great. These are all great. I do want to actually get to writing something today, so probably should, like, I don't know. We'll play around with some of these other style. I got sparkles. What are sparkles? Ah, okay. That's really cool. That sort of wonder, childlike wonder. Band. That's really neat. So good. Reflective voices. pretty good, Maple, eh? Definitely interested in that one. Yeah, it is, isn't it? These are all very good patches. Alright, stutters, sub, textures. What are textures? 'Cause I do like a good texture. Heck yeah. We're just playing Hero. We haven't actually written anything yet. Let's like zip down Song of Uncertainty. I mean, every one of these patches is doing something, you know, like it's got a thing. The Spaniard. That was a suitably titled one, that one. Neat. So neat. Alright, well, maybe we go back to the motions. The motions had some really interesting things going on. And we can try and, like, start something, I guess. Welcome back, Enderblade. How you doing? All these sound great, Big Red. Really, really, really cool. Did you just come up with that, Enderblade? There's one of these I was really kind of super into, but they're all kind of like that, so I don't know. Aha. Very nice. Well, I approve. You did good. Let's give this a whirl. That was really loud. For some reason, we're really loud there. All right. I might also load another one. Another instance. And load that. There was one patch in, I think, the pads that I really liked. Was it in here? Maybe it was in motions. Whispering and snoring, that's the one. Actually, we'll run you through synth. Add a new mid track. Bloop, bloop. Oh, that is a loud metronome. And we'll put it out to me so you guys don't hear it as much, at least. Although you hear the... I think you'll just get it anyway. Never mind. Simpia Mao, how you doing? Have I checked out Kintsugi by Assembly yet? No, I haven't. Mixes a bunch of genres and has some crazy visuals. Took like 90 people over 50 months to make, and it's incredible. Okay, Kintsugi. That's like the Japanese art of repairing things, isn't it? Is that the idea? Kintsugi. Assembly. I don't know how, wow, that's a crazy name. Send a link. Whether Moobot will allow you to do that is another question. Oh, it worked. Thank you. Thank you. I'll check it out. Okay. Was this the one I loaded? Was it that one? For some reason it feels different now. Because of the winds. The winds sound different. I don't know. Oh, sorry. I don't know what that means. Thank you so much for the €5. Que je suis. What does that mean? Who I am. Who are you? I don't know what that means. Are you Jean-Michel Jarre? No way. No way. Where's my click track? I think it needs to be slower. I will. I will listen. I'll figure out where it goes from there, but it's got a vibe. Ah! Okay. Gotta change something in here. There we go. All right. Okay, something's going to change there, but I think I've got to figure out what the right progression is. Thank you. SimpML, thank you so much. I'm glad you like it. I love this music too. It's like it soothes my soul, you know what I mean? I guess we've got to figure out where this is going, but this is fun. It is a vibe. Okay, we'll build on that. I think there's some weird stuff going on in the big patch, though. Oops. If you go like blop, bounce, took. Oh god, what did I just do? It's not what I meant to do. Oh no! Stop! Stop it! Stop! Stop! Just realised I haven't saved this as well, so we better do that. Doing silly things, guys. Stream, song. What's the date today? June 23. I don't know what's going on here. Let's just get rid of this. Cut. Enjoying the crows, everyone? You don't have the cellos playing simultaneously. So let's try it again. Stop for a moment. We're gonna go back to these cellos. Stop! 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 Have them continue the bass line, I think, because that'll be better. What? Oh, yeah. I don't know where we're going there. Who knows? Facundo, it's crows. They like to hang out in the car park behind our studio here. So it's like, I don't know. They're just hanging out, usually in the mornings. Then they have other business in the afternoons. How you doing, Visual Cat? How's things? For some reason, it doesn't sound so bad to me anymore. Okay. So we'll work on some strings, more strings. Sonar. I'm using Sonar, yeah. Which is, I've been using it for probably over now 25 years now, I think. A long time. I don't know. It's the right idea. I think it's just not quite executed right. Maybe it is okay. I think that maybe is the right melody. I don't know. Second guessing myself. Hmm. This could be the way to go. Use music, but have you seen the copyright claim? Okay. It could be a few reasons. I've got a page on my website that goes through what to do if you do get a claim. I'll link that to you now. Step through that. If there is any issues like clearing the claim, then let me know. You can contact me through the website and I can have a look into it for you. Okay. It is Big Red, yeah. Thank you, Indian. Have a good one. Enjoy your day. Not sure how that ends, but it's got the right vibe, I suppose. Thank you, Trisha. How you doing? Very, like, I don't know, Symphony of Sorrows. Got a dark lightness to it. Also reminds me of a track like Walking with Ghosts or something. Like, it's got a very, like, super over emotional kind of vibe. Very muddy though. I think the original patch that we started with has got a lot of like stuff going on that probably needs to be toned down a bit, I think. So we need to address that, I think, but that's all right. I'm going to add a bit of solo violin over the top of this top violin line. See if we can make it sort of come out a bit more clearly. See what happens. Yes, Cigaros was amazing. Very, very, very good. As predicted, but I mean, it was just beautiful. Just a lovely, experience, That's what they do, right? Experiences. But it was so great because they're touring with the orchestra. Orchestras. I think they're playing with many orchestras around Australia and probably on that tour playing with many around the world. But it was really, like, they played amazingly. Everything was just really tight and felt really magical. So very happy. Friends in Iceland now, very cool. Yeah, one of my favorite tracks, Big Red. Feels like it's the kind of music that I want to write, So why shouldn't I be writing it? We'll figure out what this middle section is going to do later, I think. What's happening here? We're trying to make some music. Let's cut that out. Um. Might do some bass, but we need to reload the bass. Bass, 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 bass. Ah, stop! Stop, 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 stop. Stuck notes everywhere. Yeah, that's a lot of people love edits. Which is great. That's the whole... Well, it's not the whole reason why I do. Alan's just fun to work with, but it's great that people have found me through him. He's got a big audience, so, you know. It's pretty cool. Hey, so notes, how you doing? We're floating along today. Hmm. Yes, sir. How you doing? Very melancholic, yes. That is kind of a default for me. So the library I'm playing with is actually this, Arcus, which is apparently not new. Apparently it's a couple of years old. The noise is going on outside. A couple of years old, but I didn't even know about it. I upgraded recently to the new complete bundle, the ultimate, and I saw this in there. It's like, oh, I like the cover art. I thought it might be interesting. And it's been really good. There's so many cool patches in this. Very cool textural, very cinematic stuff. And it's sort of, this is what it sounds like for this patch at least. I'll get to the interesting bit. You know, so it's like just like a essentially is inspirational starting patch that sort of has allowed me to layer on top, and has started to build this kind of like very, I don't know, elegaic kind of work. I don't know what it is at the moment, but it's very, I don't know, it reminds me of Gretzky or something. Or it might be more like, or maybe Cigaros. Cigaros, it's kind of that sort of melancholic, bittersweet kind of vibe. Bit of Max Richter, that sort of very minimalist kind of vibe. Muse, yeah. Anyway, guys, I think I'm actually going to go and have some lunch because it is midday here, and my belly, as always, tells me on time that it's lunchtime, because that's what it does now. I do a whole bunch of gym stuff, and now my body's like, you must feed me. You must feed me. So I got to do that. I got to go do that. But everyone, thank you for hanging out today. I did not know that we would end up in this space, which is interesting. I was kind of expecting to do something a bit more like big epic cinematic sort of stuff, but hey, I'll take this. It's a nice vibe. But I hope you guys have a great week. I will probably be back next Monday. I don't think I'll have enough time to do other things to do a stream this week, so that'll be that, I think. But I'll see you next Monday. All right? Take it easy. Enjoy your week. Coming back another 4 hours after lunch. Oh, there will actually be, but probably not on a project I can stream, so there you go. Thanks, everyone. Have a great one. I'll catch you very, very soon. Mwah. Bye.